What's up guys, Erroneous here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video I'm going to be going over why I believe you should be fusing the next champion that's coming up, and that is Mother Cybele. Now, people are talking about, a lot of the content creators who are whale content creators in my opinion, people who have spent money on the game, who have a lot of champions, believe this champion to be absolute trash. And she's rated pretty poorly right now, but I'm going to give a couple of reasons why I think you should fuse her, especially if you're a free-to-play player and you're just looking for progression on your account, or maybe you need some help in Doom Tower or other areas of the game. I think that she would still be a viable character to use and utilize. Now, I wanted to show you a couple of things here. I did pull up some documentation in order for you guys to see. So let me pull that up real quick. Alright, so there's some documentation that I have here on Mother Cybele that I wanted to pull up for you really quickly. And Mother Cybele, as you can see, I just created a quick doc, got some information online, and first of all, she's going to be a Knights Revenant character. She's legendary, support type champion, and she has an affinity of force. And on her A1, she does have attacks all enemies, has a 25% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns on all enemies, and also fills her turn meter by 15%. Not a terrible A1. You could potentially put her in multiple different sets. She could be used with a stun set, possibly because she has an A1 which attacks all enemies, so that's not bad. I would definitely rate this as a B+, maybe even like an A- type of grade for her. So that's not bad for an A1. On her A2, she has a Soul Shepherd with a cooldown of 6, but maybe this books down to 4 turns. That's what I'm going to think that it's going to get booked down to, maybe 4 turns. If it is a 6-turn cooldown and it stays like that, that's not very good in my opinion. But I think that I might have saw somewhere that it actually books down to 3-turn cooldown. So if it's a 3-turn cooldown, then the A2 is actually really good because it places a Revive on Death buff and 60% increased defense on all allies, which includes herself as well. The next move is the A3, and on the A3 we do have Uncanny Transfer, cooldown of 6. I'm not sure if this is going to book down to a 4, maybe even a 3 as well. I'm not really too fond of this. This is a new ability that's not in the game yet, but she swaps HP with an ally. If this champion's HP is equal to or higher than the target's after the swap, fills this champion's turn meter by 40%, placing an increased speed debuff, the strong version, for 2 turns on this champion, and places a block damage buff on the target ally for 1 turn. If this champion's HP is lower than the target's after the swap, fills the target's turn meter by 40%, places a 30% increase speed buff on them for 2 turns, and places a block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn. Also places 2 15% continuous heal buffs on this champion. So I actually would like to see this be a continuous heal buff on the other target ally as well. That would be a little bit better in my opinion. I'm not sure why they're doing that. It's a little bit selfish because she is a support champion, but this is a new ability. Well, hopefully the kinks get worked out. I just hope that this doesn't end up accidentally killing one of your champions. Now, I know that this could actually be good with a couple of different types of champions as well. I just want to show you a couple of champions that this would work with. So I think that it would work with Nogdar the Headhunter. The reason why I think Cybele would work with Nogdar the Headhunter is because she would end up swapping HP levels, and then he could use this Last Rites ability, which sacrifices HP equal to 50% of this champion's max HP, then equalizes the HP of the target enemy. The HP levels of both this champion and the target enemy will be brought down to the level of 1 with the lowest HP. Doesn't work against bosses, but this champion can't be killed by this skill. So to kind of go back to the A3 of Mother Cybele, I just want to show you something really quickly. Is on Mother Cybele's A3, you can see that it says if this champion's HP is equal to or higher than the target's after the swap, this champion's turn meter was, so if her HP is higher, then she gets the increase of speed and turn meter, and places a block damage buff from the target ally. So hopefully, if you do it right and you do the right speeds, it'll give Nogdar a block damage buff if she has higher HP than he does at the time, if they swap. So maybe you could do the block damage on him. He can do more damage on the targets because he doesn't place like a block damage on himself or anything like that. I'm not sure how the speeds would get, fine-tuned, but it might be something worth looking into. The next champion I think that this would work well with is going to be Titus. I believe would be a good champion to pair with her as well. The reason why is because he attacks all enemies 2 times and the damage increases according to the amount of HP this champion has lost. This secret skill this is a secret skill and only becomes available when this champion has lost 50% of their HP. She's going to end up getting the speed increase in the turn meter. He's going to get a block damage buff on him, which hopefully he'll be able to go ahead and use his very powerful heavy hitting ability, which is his A3, Bleeding Wounds. So if he can use the Bleeding Wounds ability when he does get the block damage from her, then he's going to do a lot of damage, and he might be able to get put in some teams, especially in gold. I don't believe I have this champion, which I do not, but it would be kind of fun to mess around with. Now, the next person that I would use with her to pair with, that if you can get, again, this involves getting all your team fine-tuned with speed. So if you can't get them to the right speeds and the right stats, then it would be very tough to use her with these champions. Okay, so I did find another champion that she'd probably pair well with, and that is Taurus. The reason why I think she would do well with Taurus is if she places the increased defense and revive on death on Taurus. Again, this is going to be requiring specific stats, but Taurus does have the nice damage to himself, places an unkillable on himself for one turn, or actually 2 turns on himself. And then he has an 80% chance of placing 5% poison debuffs on all enemies for 2 turns, which is pretty cool. So if you have the speeds right, you could probably do some quicker runs in Dragon potentially. If she places a revive on death right when his unkillable drops off, then he revives after dying, and then maybe he goes in and maybe you have Renegade on the team, and then he starts popping off with more Toxic Nova on the Dragon. There's a possibility that she could help with that as well. Now, those are just a few champions I think she'd pair well with. The other reason why I think she pairs well is because she also has, which I will show you really quickly, a increased ally speed in all battles by 24%, which is pretty sweet. So right here, increase ally speed by 24% in all battles. Now, I did just skip over her A4, which fully heals the ally with the lowest HP whenever this champion is killed, and heals all allies by 20% of their max HP and fills their turn meters by 15% whenever this champion is revived. So when she's placing the revive on death on herself, if she gets killed, she'll come back to life. So if you don't build her super tanky, she's gonna die, but she's gonna heal the ally with the lowest HP when she does die, and then she's gonna heal all allies by 20% of their max HP and fill their turn meters by 15% when she revives, which is not bad. So you could end up pairing her with Scylla the Drakes. So Scylla the Drakes could help bring her back to life. You can pair her with other champions that do revive as well, whichever ones that you prefer, like Kaden. Kaden is a good champion from the Dark Elf faction crypt, which you can pair with that guy as well. Not a bad champion. He revives 2 champions and places a 60% increased defense on them, so she would have a little bit of more survivability with Kaden as well. She is usable. I think that her kit is a little bit wonky, and that's why people are not ranking her very well. She's probably not going to be a damage dealer, so that's kind of annoying. But the good news is she does have the increased ally speed in all battles by 24%. So you could use her as an arena lead, but I think she's going to be better off in dungeons and also in Doom Tower. I believe she's also going to be good against the new bosses, because one of the bosses, I believe it's Bommel the Dreadhorn. He does spawn bombs that blow up after a certain amount of turns, or however long it takes. We don't know yet. And the only way to take less damage from these bombs is by putting a freeze on them. Now, if you put freeze champions on your team, that will help be able to freeze. She can place Revive on Death on everybody, so if everybody explodes from those bombs from this new Doom Tower boss that we're going to be getting soon, she can pick everybody back up because everybody's going to passively revive. Another reason why I would fuse her is because she could potentially be good against the other new boss. I believe her name is Astranix, the Dark Fae. So Astranix, the Dark Fae, she's going to be another new Doom Tower boss soon in the next rotation. And her ability is to copy and mimic your champion. So she's going to take one of your champions, take them out of the game. They're going to be basically frozen in time. They're going to be on her side. You have to be able to kill that champion, which is your own champion, your double, before you can start attacking with that champion that you have. So your champion's going to be locked out until the copy of the champion is killed. So she might be able to help with that. And also, the thing is, we don't know who this new Doom Tower Astranix is going to be targeting. Is she going to be targeting the champions based off their HP levels? That's probably the basis of most champions being targeted, is based off HP and sometimes defense, but it also could be something else. Maybe she only mimics your strongest champions, or maybe she mimics your weak champions. Who knows? We just don't know that about her kit yet, but she could be good against these new Doom Tower bosses. Again, another reason why I would fuse her is because, again, let's go back to being a free-to-play player. If you are free-to-play and you're just coming up in the ranks and you're needing a Revive on Death champion who can help increase your defense and also increase your survivability rate, then yes, Mother Cybele would be a good fusion to go for. Now, obviously, if you don't want her, don't go for her. Again, people who wail out in the game are not going to go for her, but that's my thoughts on Mother Cybele and why you should fuse her. Go ahead and leave a comment down below why you think we shouldn't fuse her. Maybe comment down below about what champions would actually pair well with her. I'm sure there's tons of champions out there. I only picked a few champions just to show you guys my thoughts on champions she would pair well with. There's probably tons and tons of other champions that can go well with her in Doom Tower, dungeons, or any area of the game. Some content creators said also that she's not good in Arena. Now, for some people, she might be really good in Arena because she places that Revive on Death, which is going to be very, very annoying for some people. If she's very, very fast and you just want to fine-tune her for Arena, it's going to be tough to make her a well-rounded champion, I think. Maybe you could do it, but I think that you need to put her in certain areas of the game and just build her for those areas. So if you want to build her for Arena, get a specific build. Build her for Doom Tower and Dungeons, you can get a specific build. So Arena, probably not her forte, but you could put her in there if you wanted to. So thanks guys for watching. If you've watched it this far, I appreciate it. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to watch more videos like this, then we'll try to get some more videos like this out there for you. Thank you guys so much, and take care.